Poppin' Molly, ecstasy, all of this other shit I got it. Bitch, I'm all about the profit. Fuck the folks, nigga, they'll never stop it. Keep it quiet, cause you know the streets is watching. Nigga, hell, it's not an option. Shit, I'm about to get the spot and get it poppin'. Watch the beans rush the door and get the knockin'. I know it's gonna be hot in about a week, so I move it up the street. A nigga got 8 kids and my baby's gotta eat. Half these niggas out here taking pictures, talking to the beats. I'm a wreck, running through the city, trying to get some G's. Half these niggas out here taking pictures, talking to the D's. I'm a wreck.
Alright, welcome YouTubers.
Hi everyone.
We have a special guest today, but before we get to her,
Girl, my light look like it's so dark and I can't see.
before we get to her,
I need a little light.
I want to remind you guys to subscribe.
And like, and comment, and share.
And hit that bell.
Yes.
Alright, now let's introduce our guest.
We have a guest and we also have a supporter that we're sponsoring tonight.
Oh, turn green on them niggas.
Yes, we're turning green.
In the beginning you heard the song. It is by a New York artist named Octo. Also his clothing line Turn Green. And if you saw last week's show and remember the guy that kind of looks like me, my brother,
That's
Octo.
candy, honey, that she wants.
That's Octo. So
Right.
support Octo, support New York rappers, support all. So remember to support us and subscribe. So back to our guest. You want to introduce yourself, and then I can tell you how we know her.
I don't know her.
She don't. I do.
I just met her.
Kim.
Louder.
Fan on. Can we stop
Oh, shit.
I mean, like, seriously.
Our
like,
bad.
Thank y'all.
That shit was supposed to be. We slacking today.
Yes, honey.
Our bad.
Can I get a light up? I can't see. It's a little dark for me.
No, bitch. No, leave it.
100.
Okay, leave it. Go.
My name is Kim.
It's a
and,
little dark. I'm sorry, Kim. Go ahead. Repeat yourself, Kim.
I guess, I suppose.
I can't hear you,
on
honey.
them, and that's how I know them.
You who?
This is my soon to be niece. Yes, because that's my name.
Yeah, niece-in-law.
That's bad.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah, and I love her now.
She didn't like me. at
She's
first.
awesome. Tonight's show is going to be all about men, and usually we're a little crazy, but
Black men.
black men in
Black
particular. So we're going to be a little serious tonight. So.
I ain't being serious about man, black man on this darn planet. But keep going. We're going to be a little serious.
All right. So we're going to have several guests come in and out tonight talking about this subject. So let's go with, why do you think black people don't support other black people?
Tell us, Kim, how do you feel?
What do you think about that? Why do you think that's a thing?
Because in rap culture, in most of the social culture we have surrounded by us, hello, we're getting a little illicit.
We're green tonight.
I can't smoke my cigarettes around her because she has asthma. I'm being respectful, but I am about to spark this blunt. But yeah.
That woman business need to be out like that.
I'm just saying.
But because of our culture, a lot of other people, like a lot of other black people, there's a lot of mistrust because of gun use, drugs, in general violence, trapping, sexual abuse.
What you mean by trapping that light? Me, honey, because I trap all day, but keep going.
You could try to be serious around Samaj, but
I am a serious, comical individual. So what do you mean by trapping a light? Because I don't know where trapping.
Selling, just staying posted up in a house selling drugs. And
that's trapping.
Like knows you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Trap house.
Yeah, trap house.
Oh, then like me more about the trap. Have you been in one before?
I've been in a weed trap house, but not.
Girl,
in
trap
a
house is
weed
a trap house.
we are all off subject.
Very off subject, yes.
Excuse me, but
Okay,
back
so
to
what about you, Samaj? Why do you think that black people usually don't support other black people?
Why we don't support one another? It's because we have yet to learn ourselves and love ourselves. that's why we don't support one another. Because we feel like that person is doing better than me. I need to see what they're doing to bring them
I don't
down.
understand that. I don't understand how people think like that. Like, instead of congratulating that person, like, you know what, you doing your shit, I'm proud of you, you know what I'm saying, keep doing it, that's inspiring me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
When?
Not in the ashtray. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand uplifting one another. I don't get why. Oh, she just showed her twat?
A little bit.
Oh, man. We gonna block it out. I'm sorry.
You showed your poo-poo.
Yeah, it's okay.
I feel like we close together.
Oh, it's okay. We're gonna get some views.
Oh.
But yeah, on that, I don't understand why people just don't support one another. I mean, you look
some
at
of us
any,
do support them.
you look at any other race.
I mean, let's not
You know,
put it.
like,
We are.
like,
Hold on.
like
Let's.
Yeah.
I think personally, it's a ploy from our government to like
Yeah.
keep us separated, to just keep the hate.
But we are
Yeah.
supporting one another. I mean, now we are.
Most
You're
are.
welcome. Now we are. Yeah, most are.
Most are.
Most are.
And then you have those like think that people aren't supporting them, and then you know what I'm saying.
The next year they're waiting for their
right.
downfall.
They're like, oh, they're praying for me to fuck up. Like, no one's praying for you to fuck up.
Even with that, also, how is it like? I see the facade like you can display a positive energy, but it can be so nonchalant. Like you don't give flying fucks.
Right.
How my achievement going or what I'm doing.
I mean,
Right. I understand where you're coming from.
all right. So next we have.
That's good, ain't it?
Yeah, I didn't use the cucumber.
Oh my God, girl, mix it with this cheese.
Why do you think that black women are the most unprotected people in the world?
Is it me first?
Whomever.
I don't think we are. I think just the media wants us to believe that that's how the world thinks. Like, I watch shit all the time, and I'm thinking, okay, this is how people think, and then I talk to other people about it, like about the news or some shit, and they're like, oh no, I don't feel the same way about it.
I personally don't feel like that, but I hear it a lot. Like, oh, we're so maybe under appreciated, but not unprotected.
I get like from a government standpoint, because like the cops don't really care if you go up and you say you're raped, like in Florida,
Right.
There's a potential where they don't give a fuck.
Right.
Because it's been played so long. There's so much when you say that you've been raped. I mean, I feel like you're lying because it's like so many cases have came about saying that you were raped.
We're gonna have the rape hotline
that
in our description.
You were raped.
Yes.
And so when they see that different stories,
and a lot of women don't even come out and say anything about it because they think that no one's gonna fucking care, or they're gonna make them feel like maybe it was my fault, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And some black women, we can be supportive in a very nonchalant way. I can say I can support you and still be like a nigga and talk behind your back.
Yeah.
And don't give a fly fucks what you doing. And saying, okay, she's not gonna do it, bam, bam, bam. But when you really have
back to sorry guys, we're having like technical difficulties, but we are aces now. So we're gonna continue because we don't know where we left off. But I guarantee you it's going to be phenomenal. So, why do people not grasp the concept of living in their greatness without tearing others down?
And guess we would like for your response to be spoken. I need a refill on this.
Yeah, I do too.
I feel like
my bad.
Was that ice?
Yeah.
It's whole ice.
Yeah, I don't want full ice.
Oh.
Okay.
I feel like it's just natural for us. Like, wolves, how they're set up, you have the alpha and omega. Us, it's like, oh, we have to be better than this person. And when we are, it's like, okay, this person is lower than me. How am I supposed to feel about that?
Right.
That sort of thing.
What you say?
Like, okay, at your point in life right now, if you were to like cross paths with a homeless person who's looking dusty as fuck, crusty, musty.
Okay, do me
all
a
of the
favor.
above.
While we passing homeless, pass that nice little ornament
I'm done.
right here, right there. So we look at each other. What now?
You look at a homeless person and then you talk some shit about them. But that's because you're at a higher point in your life. When in some alternate reality, that could have been you for some reason.
Oh, okay.
You never know.
So we need to learn to be humble.
Yes,
Yeah.
humble thyself. A lot of people don't know how to humble themselves. Because just because you're up today,
You could be down tomorrow.
that's
honey.
all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. So maybe we should just humble ourselves.
And learn to know when you're being arrogant in the moment.
Yeah.
Because you can learn yourself better being in the moment of knowing, oh Jesus, hold on, girl. Being arrogant will deteriorate you from being a person that's humble and knows how the life struggles brought you. But some of us don't look at that. Once we look at our life struggles, we're better than. You're supposed to be better after your life struggles because you learned. But if you haven't learned the full lesson, you're going to repeat the cycle over and over and over till your ass learns that you can have a hard ass.
Yeah. That is true.
So what was the next one?
Okay.
It's
I'm
time-
sorry.
It's time for me to go.
Yeah, we're going to.
Bye.
You guys say
Oh,
bye to
It was
our
a nice, wonderful
guest
moment.
here, Miss Kim,
All
or
right,
as
Miss
I
Kim.
call her, RJ's mom.
RJ's mom.
We're going to bring someone else in to talk about the male perspective on things. So you guys say bye to RJ's mom.
It was wonderful.
Take your cup.
Yeah, take your cup and slide on over.
It was nice. Thank you.
Pull
You
your
good?
thing down,
Why don't
pull
you
your
get
thing.
up and then let her fucking scoop? I don't understand why that wasn't a thought.
She's a little tipsy.
I'm just saying.
Damn, can I get my 2 steps moving on?
I'm just saying. Our next guest. All right. So here's our next guest. This is my nephew, guys.
How y'all doing?
Introduce yourself.
My name is John Christian Scott. I am the nephew of my gorgeous auntie right here.
I love him. All right, so we brought him in for an opinion section. The question is,
Because this finna get juicy.
why do you think that straight black men have issues with gay men or trans people?
Okay. I mean, there's a lot of places you can start with that one. Within our black communities, we have a large amount of what do you call it? There's like a specific name for
Homophobic.
single mothers.
Oh, okay, great. Continue.
Yeah. I think a lot of it comes from that. As far as a respectable male figure inside the household, I believe that a lot of them grow up very insecure. You know, it's almost like a sense to prove something that you are a male, a man to your mother and your peers. So I think overall that's probably the biggest factor.
I rubbed off on you. Give me some. Yes, I love my nephew. That was great.
I was all over the place.
No, that was
No,
great.
it
That
actually
was
brought
great.
it more into enlightenment of everything.
Because I didn't think about the single mother angle. You know what I'm saying? That will affect that.
Okay, but let's go more in dissecting of the single mother. What words would trigger for a single mother feel like her son is being less of a man? When he gets older, he has to prove that. Like, what some words will cause and trigger that they keep storming back their mind?
I mean, it's a lot of things. Overall, any kind of relationship struggle, whatever, should not be present around your child because they pick up all of that. So the more you talk down about whichever other partner, whichever reason, you know, it's not just they getting that, they getting it from their peers, the students around them, their friends.
Okay, but so what if, okay, like if I take I'm a single mother, example, because I ain't no single mother. I'm out there with my kids and they see something different. And I'm about, look at that faggot, that he, she, or that wording. Some single mothers will say that word. You get what I'm saying? How would you, if you had those words, that's what I mean, those words. If those words were presented to you as a child and you now experiencing what they're saying, in the insecurities, do you think that's why they feel they have that problem with a gay man when they see one or a transgender woman?
I think a big thing has nothing to do with gay people at all. It's almost it's like insults. It's
So
like
you see
insults.
people as people.
Like the same thing with calling somebody a bitch or a pussy. It's a bunch of things that they don't want to be called. They don't want to be. They might not have ever been gay inside their entire life, but when they hear that word, that takes away everything that they feel like they need to become as a black man. That takes away everything. And of course they're emotional. They was only raised by females, so of course they're emotional.
Okay, so but what if they are a single, okay, I take that, they're in a single household, but what if they spend time with the male figures like their uncles or their grandparent, grandfather, and they have those words? Does that still take their manhood away from them?
I mean, that only goes as far as when they are present with those people. If not that, then it's always going to be their peers. Whether it's online, behind a video game,
right, in today's world,
in the
right.
classroom, on the playground, the basketball court, anywhere. And then another big aspect is, I say this is a whole different topic, but the sort of nature of cliquing we have. We have a strong bond between black males. So say like, with an uncle or whatever, that might lead to whatever, situation they in. A lot of gangbanging. It's a lot of that goes on in our family.
That is so true.
Team sports. A lot of things being cleared up about that when it comes to homophobia. And I mean, check almost any school, Division I team, whatever. Bunch of African American males.
Right.
No racial. It's just fact. Look it up.
You have anything to add to that?
So when it's like that, you being in this generation, how can we change that?
Well, you know what? It's changing all around us.
It's changing, but how can we be more acceptable to it? Let me rephrase that. Yeah, being more accepting to the change that we see, that our parents told us in so many different words. Now that we see it in the world, it's here and accepting. How can we be more acceptance with it to understand it?
Well, I believe this generation, or at least the one I'm in, is highly opinionated. We live on our opinions, and a big majority amount of media we take in is from music.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of female artists that support that support the end of homophobia. But if you get more males into that, like Lil Nas X, people that make those young men feel comfortable.
Right.
And I guess that's when we'll see a change. Like I said, it's already in the process.
It is,
a bunch
but
of people that wasn't gay before, well, they're gay now.
and a lot of them are liking trans women. But the whole perception of it, they see what they are, but then it brings them back to that's the gay man.
But it's not.
How do you?
That's what I don't understand.
You're right. I don't. How is that understandable?
Yeah, that's not okay.
Like,
I'm sorry, guys.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Well,
oh my goodness, we have to shut
that's
the door
into
then.
it,
Shut the door.
That's a little bit more of a niche culture. It's a bit more of a niche culture. If when there's men out there looking for trans women, they're gonna find some trans women.
But the thing is, they're women. They're women.
That's correct.
No matter, they're women. So why do we always have to refer to them as trans women? They are women.
Well, in their mind, you got to understand, some people might say that's not a real woman. We're going to go back that way. Can they have a menstrual cycle? Can they birth a baby?
Listen.
Can I nibble on an apple when I want to?
Listen. They are women.
Oh, okay.
They are living in their truth. They are who they were meant to be. So therefore, they are women.
Mm-hmm. Now, how can we do the concept of your generation understanding? Like you said, Lil Nas and all them bringing forth, showing a black man that you can be who you are, and at the same time being empowerment and achieve your goals and dreams. But when society crashes, how can you handle that? You know what I'm saying? Just take away from anything. I know the question is there, but far as that, is it when you wake up, how do you feel as a black man day to day? Facing out in this world, where it's at now?
Well, damn. You know what? As far as I'm concerned, I think my focus tends to be on a lot of different things. I think a lot about my daughter.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's beautiful to hear.
That's RJ's dad, just in case you guys are wondering.
Yeah, like I said, as a black man, I feel like that's a big cause of my unreasonable amount of bad luck. Whether it's losing an apartment, or a terrible car wreck, or shootouts, whatever the case may be, police. I think a big part of that is just due to my ethnicity, my color, my culture, and my history.
Okay, now do you have a lot of black male friends?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what if one of your black male friends decides to talk to the same sex or a trans woman? How would you, it's a woman, how would you feel as that with your friend? Would you still be cool with your friend, or would you put your...
Oh yeah, I'll be all right. I have a lot of, I'd say there's more of a ratio of my white friends that actually are trans.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So would you do a double date with them, like you and your old lady and them and their old man?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Y'all couple
if
dates.
you're insecure about that, then
It's just people living in their truth. And if they were whatever they were before, they are there now, and if you were their friend then, and if you decide, I don't want to be your friend now, then you weren't really their friend.
yeah, if y'all out there now, say if your friend's dating a trans woman, that should not affect your relationship with your friend. It's not like they're after you.
Exactly.
They found a man.
Exactly.
Something to think about.
It really is.
It really is.
Yeah, you really brought enlightenment. I like having a discussion with you.
I love having you here.
Yes,
It was awesome.
It was a real good talk.
Yeah.
And I'm just so honored that you are my nephew.
Thank you very much, son.
I love you so much.
I love you too. I love both of y'all.
Thank
You guys
you,
say
family.
bye to my nephew, Mr. Jean Christian.
That like JC better. Don't be going all that government bullshit up on here. JC is better.
Remember, tell him to subscribe, nephew.
Up on here. JC is better.
Remember, tell him to subscribe, nephew.
What's your channel name?
In bed with J. Michelle and Samaj.
In bed with.
J. Michelle and Samaj.
Subscribe to In Bed with J. Michelle
It's Samaj.
and Samaj.
Y'all heard
Jay.
it.
She said Samaj. It's Samaj.
With
It's-
Samaj.
With Samaj. Thank you, nephew. I appreciate
your wonderful discussion and topic.
You're a great guest.
Yes, it was great. He was a handsome self, y'all, but he's taking.
Yeah, he looked like his auntie.
Girl, please, you ugly ass. He looked like the woman who birthed him, honey.
She looked like me too. All right, I don't think we're gonna have a chance to get another guest in. We have more topics
For the moment.
Let us just discuss one topic.
What is that, girl? Let's get comfortable, girl.
Yeah.
Get comfortable, girl.
He was a great guest.
That was real wonderful.
Oh my God.
I mean, I love to hear the younger point of view of where they're
Yes.
going, of the younger generation. I love to hear exactly where their mindset is. I mean, all of them are not the same.
Right.
But just to speak with one that has been raised in a diverse home and settings, and to understand the concept where their mind is mentally,
Right.
it makes you feel so wonderful to know
It
that
does. Like,
I've
this
done
generation
something.
isn't dead. This generation is not bringing down.
Child, they
It's-
woke as hell around.
They
this
really
motherfucker.
are. And he is so articulate.
Oh, excuse me.
So let us talk about a subject, just us. Do you think that the new norm is for black men to impregnate a lot of women just so they can leave them to raise the children by themselves?
That goes vice versa. Hold on, something like it's cutting me. I don't know if it's my damn spank or what, girl. It's like right there, honey. Y'all, oh, there we go.
Okay.
So, do I feel like men are being...
They're just like getting a lot of women pregnant
Pregnant.
and then leaving them and then leaving that chick to raise them children by themselves.
I mean, that has been a movement for the longest.
It has been, but
And
if
I
you've
wanted to
noticed,
see. I've noticed more
if you,
now.
it's like it's becoming a thing.
I guess it's all about proving that you can produce offspring sometimes.
Yeah, but
I don't
leaving
need
that woman to be a single parent,
I'm
now
not.
you go impregnate the next one, and then the next one, and then you have all these children with so many women.
And girl,
Is that supposed to show that you're like big bad? Like, yeah, I can get all these. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get that culture. I
Honestly,
really
I'm
don't.
tired of that, of the movement, because being products of Rolling Stone.
Yeah, like I was raised by a single father.
And right, both of us were.
Yeah, and
So with that being said, it's like I understand where you're coming from. That's higher, and I guess that plays a major role into
some of these men's insecurities.
yes, a lot of it does, because it's like I'm gonna be like my father
Like,
and have so many kids here and everything.
I mean, and they still haven't. I don't know what the ratio is now, but the kids that are the product of this man going around just pollinating whatever he can pollinate,
Or leaving his seeds to
and
motherfucking
then
make trees.
maybe not even like acknowledging that.
You know what gets it though? Because I look at it, because I have a lot of homeboys who have multiple kids.
Yeah.
And I ask them sometimes, I'm like, you got more than 3 kids.
By 3 different women.
Right.
Like, is that?
I know guys who got
thing to do now?
12 from 5 different women. And yeah, 12 kids, girl. And I be like,
what do you do
you've a whore.
in
And
life
you know what
that's
I
gonna
tell?
help you provide for all this offspring?
And I asked him, I said, do you provide for all of them? He said, yes, I do. And I was like, that's kind of hard.
Like, it's not hard. Don't get me wrong.
No,
Don't
for
get
a man to have more than
Like-
damn 3 kids.
like, my brother-
I got 7 children.
My brother has 8 children.
Okay. About
3 different women,
Mhm.
but he takes care of all 8 of his children. And his wife this is why I love her so dearly. She takes everybody in. The baby mothers, the children, one roof. She is like a freaking superhero.
Why you have to be?
To,
You have to
I
be,
mean, I feel like I have the capacity to do that if I got involved. I believe I have the capacity to do that if
This I want real topics, and this bitch giving me motherfucking lemons.
I'm just saying.
You have towels?
Lemons like crow crazy.
In that.
That I don't even understand it.
I'm just saying, I just don't understand like this culture that wants to have all these children by all these different women, and then what?
It's an edit.
Sorry, guys. It's real life. That's what happens. I have children. Whatever.
No, it's perfectly fine, but oh yeah, girl, like that up there. I'm trying
to make a drink, but
I'm trying to hit a nick because you hit something, then we can do that.
But I don't want that. I'm sorry, I don't want that drink. Yeah. You have any words for that? I don't.
What I've noticed when a man does that, when they do that in their early stages of life, like in their 20s, I'm so surprised that you can't.
I can't open this. Guess I gotta drink this.
Okay.
We're having a moment of silence as I make my drink.
You know I always do.
Like, everybody be quiet.
We have to take a moment of silence. But honestly, no, I asked the guys that when they have, well, I asked the males that the black men, that I'm acquaintance with them. No, it's no sexual relationship. It's nothing like that. It's actually a vibe because I'm a real ass woman.
She's a real ass bitch.
I'm a real ass bitch. Ow. And no, we have topics and stuff, but they know they have to treat me, and I have to let them know. If we have discussion, we having a topic, or we go out to eat, I'm gonna need you to pay for it because we're talking, and you want some enlightenment.
I don't even think that's what we're talking about. How we switch subjects like
that?
that?
Girl, I got in the mood of a real bitch. But anywho.
Oh, okay.
When I asked them that, it was the point in their life when that black man was looking for love. And they honestly tell me that they were looking for love. And
I think what society...
No, listen.
Let me just say one thing.
Okay, girl, go ahead.
I think that society forgot that the black man has feelings too.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we expect so much out of our black supposed to be kings. They have so much on their plate. They're trying to prove so much to so many people, and I think society forgets that they have feelings too. Just like how we bitch and complain and moan about them, I'm pretty sure they want to bitch and complain and moan about us.
They do.
They possibly do.
They do.
But when they step out into the world, what the world sees is somebody who's supposed to be the leader of their family, somebody who's supposed to be looked up to by their peers, by their children, supposed to be the provider, and you know what I'm saying, that man. And they have to live up to so much that if they fail, and I believe that's how some of them act out, like, I'm not living
but
up
it's
to...
it's a biased statement right there.
Because
it goes both ways.
Because we all know that the black woman, the single mother, that's their lot in life, so to speak, because they are the homemaker, they are the mother, you know what I'm saying? And now they're the provider, now they're the leader, now they're all this, and we know how much is on the black woman, because the black woman is going to voice how much this is on her. But the black man is not going to voice that it's a lot on him, because in his mind, he thinks that he's not supposed to say anything. If he's falling behind, if he's falling short, he's not supposed to say anything, because that's like looking down on him or making him feel less than. You understand what I'm saying? So I think that, it's lit.
Yeah, and it smells so refreshing. I
It
thought
really
you was
did.
gonna blow it.
So I think if there's, and that's why I kind of appreciate how this society is now with the more sensitive version, because back then we had to be strong. We had
There's a lot of covering.
It
up.
was a lot. So there's
But-
that's why that generation says that this generation is weak, because we went through all of this, and this new generation found a way not to go through
Well, you
that.
know what? I love it because this generation like fuck that. I'm gonna be living how I wanna.
Right,
live.
like I'm not finna struggle for what you had to do. You know what I'm saying? But they also forget that without them struggling, they would not be in that position to.
I think it's all about a step. I mean, because
Yeah, we're all. It's like
it's a step ladder.
it
is,
is.
it really
You
is.
always want the next generation to be better
Better.
and better. But now that they're getting that way, this generation's like, okay, y'all done went too far. Like y'all doing things that back then is frowned upon, and right now is celebrated. Like y'all doing too much, but that's the change that we were fighting for.
I mean, yeah, because you look at it, but we have to look at it. It's all about liberation, and the 90s was about that. The 90s
Right.
was sex and liberation and love making. It was passion.
Like back then.
Yeah, right now I understand what it's saying. It's more sensitive, but people, you have to understand the concept of love, and we all forgot the meaning.
And now
concept
it's
of love.
okay to love who you love.
But
Back then, that was not okay.
it
For you
wasn't.
to
But
love
it's still
who you want to love.
it's still triggering of the love.
It is, and it's like this generation probably feels like, why can they freely love who they love, and I had to hold back who I love because of how I would be looked at. You know what I'm saying? This generation is like, I don't care how you see me, as long as you see me. You understand what I'm saying? And that's like the greatest thing that I think is coming out of this generation. There's a lot of bad things, but that's like the greatest thing that I see, that they've brought what was so feared back then in the forefront. Like, this is me. You're gonna see me. You know what I'm saying?
Respect me.
You're gonna respect me. We're gonna breathe the same air.
Mm-hmm.
And I applaud that generation for doing that. But don't forget that it's because of that generation you could do that.
Right.
If it wasn't for them people, you wouldn't be able to do that. That's all I'm saying.
But how can we, and like our generation that has these kids now, where they have 10 and 12 or multiple, more than 3, put it that way, more than 3 kids, how can we move forward to tell our black men it's okay that you got all these kids?
But it's not. This is what I'm saying. You have all these kids.
Right.
And granted, if you take care of them, if they have no wants or needs, you taking care of them and their mother, because they are raising those children. You know what I'm saying? That's fine and dandy. But if you out here making 12 kids, not working, depending on, you know what I'm saying, others to just get through the day, but you out here spreading your seed and you're not helping, you're not providing, you're not doing anything. Half the time they don't even see you. So what is that bringing? There's nothing positive
About it, but I understand
You know
what you're
what I'm
saying.
saying?
And you know, at the end of the day, I want to say at the end of the day, what really gets it is me. If I'm dealing with a man, I really don't do a lot of baby mother drama.
Yeah, what is up with the drama?
I really don't. Because I need you to, co-parenting is nice, but you need to understand your co-parenting at certain limits. And when you have these multiple kids and you have multiple baby mothers, I need her to be a respectful woman as I'm being a respectful woman. Because I took on the initiative to get to know you, and that's a part of you that I have to learn and get to know you. Now, you do have to be a provider. I am not dealing with no man who got all these kids and you calling such and such to do this and then
Like,
your
I don't want to
baby
pay
mama
for
call.
your child support. That's all I'm saying.
I
That's not my new norm.
But you know,
I don't even receive it. And that's another thing. But I digress. I'm good. I think tonight has been
so wonderful.
It has been. We've had
This was a real nice topic.
It really was. I mean, we're gonna go back to the crazy, goofy, whatever.
But sometimes we love bringing real.
We like to bring about realness,
and let you know exactly how we see life.
Yeah,
it's like you're getting a part of what our daily life is.
Yeah,
and we ask each other these questions.
We do.
When we're not recording. And daily and everybody think it's that, like we're all for the shits and everything. I'm here for the shits.
Yeah, but we're in for the, you know what I'm saying?
But girl, I think you had one more before we end. What was the last one?
No, we gonna save that.
Okay, great.
I think it's been a long, long show.
It has been.
And I appreciate our guests.
Our guests were
those are RJ's parents. I love I didn't know he was so insightful. I love to rub off on people. I do. But yeah. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in and for staying till the end. Please remember to subscribe,
like,
and comment,
and ring that motherfucking bell.
Please share so your friends can see.
Please do. This topic tonight, I really want y'all to share.
I'm still a sex symbol.
A slut bucket.
Okay, guys.
A whore.
So we're gonna go back there. We're going back there.
A fish bitch.
But
a free
thank
bitch.
you guys for watching.
60 bitch. Oh, and
please subscribe.
Thank you.
Tell your daddy I said what's up.
Girl, I ain't fucking nobody dead. It's no more.
I'm just saying. Girl.
I'm like Stella. I gotta get my